Welcome to all. In that session 2, we try to cover the installation and configuration of the XAMPP for PHP. Myself, PS Chavan, MA Computer Engineering. Installation of XAMPP server. That first we need to download the XAMPP. Then second we have to install the XAMPP. Then configuration of XAMPP of Apache server. Starting with the XAMPP, we know the one Notepad++ editor, extension for PHP and sample example. So XAMPP stands for X is a cross platform, A is Apache, M is a Mario, and double P is a Perl and PHP. Which is a software distribution which makes to the work easier and testing and deploying the creating local web server. XAMPP is the most popular PHP development environment. XAMPP is a completely free, easy to install Apache distribution and containing the Mario, DB, PHP and Perl. The XAMPP open source package has to be incredibly easy to install and use. This is the link to download the XAMPP. Then after completion of downloading, we have to installation of XAMPP, sir. So click on the XAMPP for Windows. It is a gray button near the bottom of the page. Double click on the downloaded file. This file should be named something XAMPP Win64 7.2. Click yes when prompted. Click next. Select aspect of the XAMPP to install. Click next. Select installation location. We have to prepare the C drive. Click OK. Next we have to need to configure the XAMPP after installation of XAMPP server. Open the XAMPP icon, configure the button in front of the Apache module. Open Apache httpd.config file. Control F, listen for finding the port number. Search the present #listen 12.34.50.7880. Change the port number 80 into 800. Save and exit. After that configuration installation, we have to start the XAMPP server. Open the XAMPP. Click on the action button start, which appear in front of the Apache module. Green color highlighted over the Apache and status change detected as running. Then open browser, write URL 127.0.1 and click enter. Next we need to editor. So in that editor we refer the Notepad++ editor. So we have to link provide to install the download the editor. So after that installation of Notepad++, we need to extension. So basically file extension attack order to server identify the PHP files and script. We must be save file with the .php extension. Older PHP extension can be include PHTML, PHP3, PHP4, PHP5 and PHP. It's normally we call as a PHP is a case sensitive. It's a very important things. So upcoming session we have tried to code how can you write the code and which is the rules and regulation to write the code. Thank you. Welcome to all. In that practical session, we try to understand how can install the XAMPP. So first, type the Google XAMPP. It show that first link XAMPP installer. Click on this link. At the bottom of side, we see the different OS, Windows, Linux OS. So we need to install the from Windows. Click on this file. It show that it is going to download. The process started. It requires the several minutes to download that. So in that we also see that how can install the XAMPP also. It requires several minutes to download the XAMPP. The size of the XAMPP is near about 157 MB. So 1 minute is left to download the XAMPP server. So all of you note down that we have to select the C drive to install the XAMPP. We have to prefer the C drive to install the XAMPP. Okay. So till that download process is going to finish, then we have to start the installations. Okay. So showing that installation process is finished. So in that we show that the installation download process is finished. So click on this arrow, open. Either you show the file in that download, either we have to open the file. Open. Welcome to all. in the practical session of PHP. So in that session we are trying to cover the installation of XAMPP server. So we already download this XAMPP installer, so we directly go for the installation process. I already double click on this icon of the XAMPP installer, so I just click the yes. It given the one warning, so in that warning you just click the OK. So you showing that welcome to XAMPP setup wizard. Click on the next. We have to select the different components of the XAMPP. So those you are required to check that particular components. If you not required, you have to uncheck this button. Next. So already discussed in that we have to prefer the C drive to installation of XAMPP. It's showing that warning that we already installed this XAMPP. Okay, the folder is not empty. So first of all you have to uninstall and delete the folder from the C drive. Then we have to ready to install the next. So I just going to cancel this process. So I just directly check that control panel. We already installed this XAMPP server. Go to the control panel. This is my control panel of the XAMPP server. Click the start. It's showing that yellow color. It is that running status, port number 80. In that bottom up, it's change that it is running. So it is the different control panel. If you need to start this process, means exactly that we have to started the work on the panel. After that, so it is very important steps. First, go to the C drive. In that we have to search the XAMPP. We have go for htdocs folder. We have create the one folder. The name that you give the any name, no issue about the name. Thank you. Welcome to all in the practical session of PHP. In that session we try to cover the how to install Notepad++. In the previous session we already downloaded the Notepad++ from that Google. Next upon we have to install the Google Notepad++. In that we already double click on the Notepad++ installer. Select the English language. Click on the next. I agree. Next. Create the shortcut on the desktop. Install process started. Finish. Welcome to all. In that session we are trying to understand. Welcome to all. In that session we are trying to cover how to run the PHP program. So simply first we have already know that two software already installed in our system. One is XAMPP, second is Notepad++. So we have opened the XAMPP control panel. Click the start. You first to need to run the or start the XAMPP. Minimize this file. Go to the Notepad++. Click this file. I already written that simple program. I'll explain all these things in that next session for how can you write the simple program with the syntax and structure of the PHP. Save is with the folder. I just going to save as this file. So all of you note down that if you going to save the file, it will be extension is .php. So I just click the save. Minimize this file. Go to the again the control panel. If you observe that one admin button is present, click on the admin button. Then I don't need the dashboard, so I just directly type my folder name test1. So if you observe that my program number is created, click on this file and welcome to all in the practical session of PHP. So in that session we try to write the simple PHP program, and after that we have to perform some simple arithmetic operation. So let's move for the practical. So as per in the previous discussion, we have to open the first XAMPP server. We open the XAMPP control panel. Then first important step, we have to start our server. So click on the start. Okay, if you check that at the bottom, my server is status is determined is running, means my server is on. So next we have to require the editor. So I just refer the Notepad++. Okay, I just going to get a new window. So the first program I just written the this is a comment of the HTML. So I just write first PHP program. Okay, then I just write the HTML is a HTML tag. HTML tag is closed. Then I just go for the head tag. Head tag is closed. All I have to note down that when we open the tag, at that time we also close the tag. Then I just use the title. Title. This is my first PHP program. Then title is closed. Then after that I just use the body tag. Body is not compulsory, take your own choice. Then I just include my PHP code in between that tag. So first we start the less than sign, then question mark, PHP, then we write to simple message that echo, the double quotes we write that message welcome to PHP programming. Okay, then end with the semicolon, and after that I just close this PHP by this sign. After that, when we finish that program, we go to save that program. Click the save button. As per in the previous discussion, we have to create the one folder on the htdocs. So we create the one folder. I just given the name of the folder that suppose we call as a sample. Then I just given the name first, the extension given that .php because we written that PHP programming. Then save. Okay, if you observe that my program is saved in that area. Okay, I think mistake has happened that I just use the question mark. Okay, then save it. So next we have go to the control panel. So go to the admin, refresh it. I just name of the folder is my sample. So type the name of the folder sample. So if you observe that my file is stored in the sample. Click on this file, so my message display on that welcome to PHP program. So this is a very simple program in that written in the notepad. Then next we have to try to implement another one practical that I just going to declare the variable. So how can declare the variable? I just stated that if you want to declare the variable, so use the $sign. I just use the $sign, a equal to, well, I just use the number 20, $b equal to 30. You take the any number, no problem. So I take the another number, c is my storage value, then $a plus $b, then you write the semicolon, then write the echo, then in double quotes I write the message sum. You write any text message, comma, so I just use the $c semicolon. This is we have to display the message. Save it and don't reopen again this control that already we have opened that program. You have just refresh this program. Okay, the my sum is show, but I want to net the next line. So how can you do? It's a very simple steps. Go to that again the code window, we write the br tag break, this is called the break tag. It can be add the one new line, save it. So when you change that program, please save that program, then go to the browser, refresh it. So if you show that the line is whatever that output, you go to the next line. Again I just want to subtract. So how can you do the subtract? Same things, I just $D, I take the same variable $A minus $B semicolon. I just again print the subtraction, echo double quotes BR, then subtract double quotes complete. Then I just use the D variable, so use the D semicolon, sorry, is echo O. Okay, then I just going to display, go to the again the browser. First you save your code, go to your browser, refresh it. It show the subtraction -10 means that first number is smaller and second number is bigger. So same things done in that multiplication also. We have to change the only sign and variable. So instead of echo, we also use the print, but I just use the echo. I just type the echo double quotes multiplication, then comma. I just return that just simple that message. Then I use the br tag. At the upper section we are going to use the $E. You take the any variable name, $A into $B semicolon. So which variable taken? That E, so you take the $E. Save it, go to the browser, refresh it. It show the multiplication. Same with the division also. We have to only one changes. I just go take change the variable. Suppose I take the H equal to $A divide sign $B semicolon. I just written the message echo double quotes BR division then I return that variable. The name of variable is $H. Okay, semicolon, end of that program, save it. Again go to the browser, refresh it. It shows the division. Okay, this is a division of the numbers. Okay, then this is that way we have to implement the code. Thank you. Welcome to all for a PHP session. In that session we try to cover the PHP syntax and structure. Let's start with that PHP syntax and structure. PHP is similar to C. All the scripts start with the less than question mark PHP and end with the question mark greater than sign. We use the line separator as a semicolon. We write the code block in between the open curly braces and close curly braces. White spaces is generally ignored, not a string. Comments are created using single quotes by // and multiple line blocks use that slash star slash. We directly use the precedence for that giving the parenthesis. Suppose in that example it shows that two lines dollar sum equal to 5 plus 3 into 6, the equal result is the 23. And the second line, if you use a parenthesis, the result is going to change. So definitely we have to follow the precedence. So next we are trying to discuss different tokens used in PHP. First token is comments. Comments give the information to people who read your code, but they ignored by PHP at execution time. The following comments can be included in the PHP: C, C++ comment, dash slash slash, or slash star slash, as well as shell script styles comment like that hash. Second type of token is literal. A literal is a data value that appears directly in the program. The following example literal are that 2000 is a numbers, 0x fe, 1.4142, hello world is a string, hi is one of the example of the literal, and true and null. True is a boolean value. The next type of token of the PHP is identifier. An identifier is a simply name. In the PHP, identifier are used to name variables, function, constant, and classes. The first character of identifier must be ASCII letter, uppercase or lowercase, the underscore character, or any of the character between ASCII 0x7f and ASCII 0xFF. After the initial character, this character, the digit 0 to 9 are valid. Next token is variable. In that we have to declare the variable. So if you want to declare, so we begin with the dollar sign, and it is a case sensitive prefix with the dollar. Assign the value with the equal to operator. Example is that dollar author equal to Trevor Adams is one of the example of declaration of variable. No need to define the type. Variable name are case sensitive. Suppose in that example it show the two authors, it's a differently treated. Author capital letter, author small, it treated as a differently. Is an example of the PHP that we declare the two variable, author equal to KKWP, message hello world. So we use the echo keyword for that, display these all the my messages. Next token is constant. A constant is identifier for simple value. Only scalar value, boolean, integer, double, string can be constant. One set of value constant cannot be changed. Constant refer to their identifier are set up using define functions. So how can I define the constant? Define miles to kilometer, comma 1.6, use without dollar, $km equal to 5 into miles to kilometer. Next token is keyword. A keyword or reserved word is the words aside the language for its core functionality. You cannot be give variable, function, class, or constant same name as a keyword. For example, keyword in the PHP which are case insensitive: abstract, and array, function, as, break, echo, else is example of the keywords. Data types. PHP provide 8 types of value or data types. 4 are scalar single types, that integer, floating points, string, and boolean. 2 are compounds, that array and object, and the remaining 2 are special type, resource and nulls. PHP data types. PHP is not strictly bound type, different Java where the variable is declared. Data type is either text or numeric. PHP decides what type of variable is having. PHP can be variable in appropriate automatically. Example, $VAT rate equal to 0.175 is the example of numeric. Then echo VAT rate into 100, output 17.5. VAT rate is converted to string for purpose of the echo statement. Object and array is unknown, exist as a types. These are example of that. We have to embed the HTML with PHP codes. So we call as the PHP can be placed directly inside the HTML code. So simply we write the HTML tag, then we return the head, title, body tag, then we write the code of the PHP. These are some operators in the PHP. PHP divide the operator in the following groups: arithmetic operator, assignment operator, comparison operator, increment decrement operator, logical operator, string operator, array operator, and conditional assignment operator. So let's see that different operator and expressions. So arithmetic operator, that operator is a plus, use, addition, or unary operator. So example of that, $x plus $, that way we have declared these variables with the plus sign. Then subtraction, $x minus $y. Multiplication, we use these same things, but you have to change the sign. Division, mod operator, and exponential operators. Next is logical operator. We use the AND operator for that purpose of perform the logical operations. OR operator is a double pipe operator, not an explanatory operator. This example given in that your right hand side. Increment operator means double plus sign. Then we use the two types of increment, pre-increment and post-increment. In that it show that pre-increment, in that we call as a post-increment. Decrement by one value is called as a pre-decrement and post-decrement. And conditional, question mark, colon and conditional operator is indicated by this example. If the value is true or false. Next type of operator is that assignment operator. Equal to, plus equal to, minus equal to, into equal to, divide equal to. This is example of the my assignment operator, and it given the example of the assignment operator. Then relation operator. In the relation operator we use the less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to, then not equal to or not equal to types. This is the relation operator. Then increment and decrement operator. I already discussed about the what is the post increment, what is the pre increment. So example is given the right hand sides. Same is the pre increment, pre decrement. String used for if you want to concat the strings, so use the dot. Concatenations, concatenation assignment, use the text 1 dot equal to text 2. Use the ternary operator. X equal to exponent 1, we define the three expression. This is example operator. Mathematical operator, string concatenation with period operator. So we example of that use the dot operator for concatenate the string. Basic boolean comparison with the equal to, using only will be override the variable value. Less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to. Welcome to all for PHP session. Myself PS Chavan, ME Computer Engineering. So first of all, we are going to understand the course structure. In that course, first session we try to cover the introduction. In the second session we are try to complete with the installation of XAMPP server. In the third, how to run the program. And fourth one, syntax and structure of the PHP, and the lastly declaration of variable. In the session 1 we have to introduce that some part of the PHP. So basically the main objective of the subject, we understand the server side scripting language. We already know that it's very fast and secure, reliable. Second, it's very important, it's very useful subject for web development application skills. Client server on www. We know that it is work on the request and response basis. User request response based on the HTML document. Server responds the delivery of the document to the clients. Client process the document and display to its users. Server side programming. Basically, it utilizes the resources on the web server. It is a non-public resource, do not require the direct access from the client. Most of the server side programming script embedded within the markup language. So we try to understand what is it and does it do. First thing we call as interpreted and executed on the server. Second thing, in vast library functionality that programmer can be harnessed. Next is very important, execution is done before the delivering the content to clients. The last one is that execute the entirely on the server, requiring the no specific feature from the clients. What is it and does do it? Static resources such as a regular HTML simply output to client from the server. A dynamic resources such as a PHP script processed on the server prior to being output to the clients. PHP has capability to connect in the many database system, making the entire process transparent to the clients. So one side user is present, one web server is going to handle this activity. User make the request, receive response from the web server. Another end, one PHP engine is available. So once again request sent to the client, load the PHP file in the PHP engine, respond to PHP result to server, and server respond to users. So basically that Rasmus Ledrop is the first convinced the PHP in 1994, but the PHP people use today quite different from the initial versions. To understand how to PHP got there today, it is useful to know historical evaluation of the language. Next upon, we have to understand the features of PHP. Number one, it runs different OS from the Unix, Linux, Ubuntu, Solaris, Windows and Mac. Second, it's a very important, it support the different web server like Apache, Microsoft IIS and Netscape and iPlanet server. Third, inbuilt support generating the PDF files, GIF, JPG, PNG, images, Flash movies. Fourth one, PHP support all major database, even more recent NoSQL style database like SQLite and MongoDB are also supported. Next one is that dynamic content from the database is remarkably simple, and it support the peer. Peer is nothing but PHP extension and application repository. Thank you.